6 struggles as an artist. So there's a lot. There's a ton of struggles as an artist. This is not a pity party. It is not to say that there are so many things that cannot be tackled and problems that cannot be fixed. So I'm going to give what I would say is 6 problems and stuff that I've dealt with, and then how to deal with that in the best way and shape that you can. So the first one is comparison. Now, a lot of people, including partially what I do believe, is that you should never compare yourself to others and what they are doing. And this does not just go for art, it goes for life in general. Looking at what someone's got, the classic fancy sports car, woman on their arm, Rolex, whatever, that doesn't matter. It's all about what is on the inside, the manners, the values, how that person treats others. That's what is important. So in the art world, everybody is at different stages, and I understand that when I say you shouldn't compare yourself because we all started from zero, and the truth is that everybody started from zero at different points in their life and at different times, like someone could have started in the 90s and they're a master now, and I look at their work and I think, if I could just maybe just 2 years, 5 years, and I can be like that. And the truth is, everybody started at different times. Everybody's art journey went and goes in different directions. So you can't base what you've experienced, what you push to learn in terms of skills and technique, which we'll get into later, as some sort of comparison, like it's ever going to be fair. None of this is going to be fair. The only fair way of comparison is comparison towards yourself. So looking at what you did yesterday, last week, last month, last year, and looking at what you're doing today, tomorrow, this year, next month, and how you can improve on that and how you can be better. Take a look at your older work, compare it to your work now. Have a look at all the sorts of art elements, principles, foundations, all of those stuff. Take a look at it with a fine-tooth comb and compare, scrutinize, review, look up different sorts of ways to do better. That is how you eliminate comparison. And I don't think you can eliminate comparison forever. I think you're always going to look at other people and there will be a percentage, of yourself that will be like, it's just, so amazing. But you should choose to use that energy as something positive in boosting yourself, so you go further and not making yourself feel like less. So don't let someone else's journey and where they are and what point they are at bring yourself down. So that's the first one. The second one is tools and equipment. Now, we don't all have our own studio, our own private space. Some of us are still in bedrooms, in whatever hole that we are in, pushing and driving and doing our best as artists, right? You don't have to have the fancy setup with a million ways to move your lights and all these screens and monitors and digital equipment, or I need to have Copic markers, or I need to have, for me still, as an example, back when I was 14 to 16, the only thing I wanted was Copic markers. And I think at that time, Gorks, if you know Gorks, if you search him on YouTube, shout out to that guy, wow, he blew up off of his marker art and what he was doing at the time. And I think he even started, or was one of the early people that started a certain style of doodle trends and stuff like that, right? And I really thought to myself, all I need is Copic markers. That's all I need, and I will just be able to do the same thing. And the truth is that, yes, Copic markers are alcohol-based markers, and they work differently compared to your everyday marker. That is true. The quality and the way that they work is different. But if you don't know how to use that golden item, it's not gonna make your shit better. There are people that are using like everyday stuff, lipstick, pens, newspaper, you name it, the most average things ever, and they're making even more beautiful work because it's about creativity. It's about thinking differently, understanding things differently, using what's at your disposal. That's what makes us artists. That's what makes us creatives and better people, is that we don't limit ourselves with what we are able to do. We break limits and we look at certain factors that most people would say are limiting, and we explore those and we make those even better, right? We break through those limits. That's the point. So the next one is mindset, right? A lot of people, this depends on where you are. I'm not going to make a generalization. It depends on where you are in your journey. If this is a hobby for you, keep the mindset of it being a hobby. Don't take it serious. Don't make it overly complicated for you. For yourself, don't look at what other people are doing in terms of, oh, I need that, oh, I need to have this, oh, I need to be there. If it's a hobby, keep it peaceful, fun, keep it like happy. You know, I think when we make this serious, some people can handle it, and some people, you should just have it as a hobby. You don't want to take something that you love doing in any spare time that you have, you know, where you're not worried about every single thing and you're just enjoying yourself. You don't want to make that serious if you aren't prepared for what comes afterwards. And that is the countless hours that you have to sacrifice to get the art done. It is pushing, it is getting all your materials and everything right. It's talking to printers, it's going through all these processes of checking quality, constantly wanting to improve your skills, trying to be different in a world that is constantly changing. These are just examples. So your mindset depends on where you are and what you've got going on. Now, if you're serious, you need to be dedicated, disciplined, and driven, right? You need to be locked in, you need to be focused, because any artist, I think, you can be better than average if you are consistent alone. Most artists will argue that, oh, I'm not as consistent, you know, I procrastinate, and only when certain things happen, then maybe, you know, it's like there's this period of time where they are doing nothing and living life, and then there's these small chunks when they do art. Now, for some people and some experts and masters or whoever, it might work, but for some of us, I think consistency is better, because you're constantly putting yourself in an environment that means that you're going to grow. You're constantly pushing yourself in this area where you have to draw, you have to sketch, you have to shade, you have to push yourself to understand these things, you have to paint, you want to understand your medium more. If you're doing pop culture, you know, you want to be more immersed in your source material, in your references, in breaking things down. This is the mindset that you need to have. You need to want it. Simply put, you need to want it. And sometimes you can't teach that, but I think through consistency and discipline, you can be better than average and you can have a solid mindset. And sometimes people struggle with that. Trying to be consistent, burnout, all of that stuff. So just keep it in mind that it's all based off of what you choose to do, how you look at art. Is it a hobby? Is it something that you want to take further? Is it your life? Like, how serious are you with it? And put in the effort according to how it is to you. Skill and technique. This is the fourth point. So skill and technique. This is something that you gain over time. It is about playing the long game. This is a marathon, it is not a sprint. You comparing yourself or feeling frustrated because you have not reached a certain level is okay. You're supposed to feel frustrated. You're supposed to feel angry and upset. And I think as artists, we understand that our feelings play a big part in the process, in loving the process, in understanding the process. The journey that we take to create this artwork involves feeling a certain way. And for some of the artworks, you might feel fucking amazing. For some of them, you might love the idea, but when you're in the process, it's just more standard, it's just normal going through the motions. And that's okay. Feelings fluctuate, they come and they go. But the point is that you don't take these feelings as moments to feel destroyed or to feel less or to feel like that's it's the end of the road. The point is that if you are feeling like there's a skill issue or a technique, that is a technique issue. That is a great sign, because you have worked yourself up until a point where you have reached a wall. And now your goal is to just get better at what you find your issue to be. And that wall is gone. It's broken. You want to get to the point where you have issues, where you're struggling with certain skills and techniques, where your understanding is less, because that means that it can grow. That means that you can get better. That means that it can improve. And that's how you need to look at that. You don't want to look at skills and techniques and think that it is something that is so complex, or that you can't understand it and that you can't mentally get through that obstacle. It is an easy obstacle. Anytime that I've found that I have an issue with an artwork or whatever I'm working on, I sit there and I look at different things. I try and find other people that have a shared issue, or I just work through it. And if you can't today, you try tomorrow. You work on something different, but you know that thought will always be in your head, that it will always be there, and it's going to bother you, and it's going to add to whatever you've got going on. So the only way to get through it is to go through it, right? Focus on the issues, focus on that technical error, whatever you want to call it, and just iron it out. Just work on it. Just get scrap paper out, do whatever you need to do, and just keep trying to get the desired result, and you will get there over time. And that's it. It sounds simple, but it's just taking those little steps and pushing yourself to want to improve. I think that's how you get through skill and technique hurdles. Next, this is something that I wanted to make. This fifth point is something that I wanted to make a whole video on. I probably will. Burnout. Now, this is a common excuse, I would like to say, for why we can't continue to produce and work on the art that we do. It is a common problem or challenge. Now, I have not worked in the industry in a, how can I say, as like a full-time job. My job is a designer, right? But I've done art my entire life. That's what I love, that's what I'm passionate about, that's what I focus on. But to me, saying that you are burnt out is saying that you are tired, or you're frustrated, or you're at an all-time low. And those things happen. Those feelings are real and they are valid. But I also want to say that you are pushing yourself to just come to a complete stop. And that's not what it's about. It's about consistently putting in effort, not stopping because part of you feels like you're done, right? That just means maybe it's time to do something else, to focus on something else that is art, that is art-centric or creative. Focus on something else that gives you that same sort of happiness, that you can continue and that you can push on. Saying that you are burnt out when some people could go all year and not feel burnt out. I always think about doctors. I always think about the people that have to push 48-hour shifts, wherever they are, whatever job they're doing. People that have to work night shift. Things that aren't your normal 9 to 5, that aren't your normal day-to-day jobs. And they just go. They just get after it. They just do it. And as much as we can say, yeah, but this and this and that and this specific thing and this detail, yeah, but everybody. The point is that people have found a way to, through the tiredness, through the sadness, through no matter how they feel, they have found a way to get shit done. They have found a way to push themselves, and you should too. I'm not saying that because you have a mountain of work that you should just keep chipping away at the mountain. I'm saying you take the mountain apart piece by piece and you work on it. So if I feel terrible, I at least want to put in 5% today and then go about my day. Tomorrow, if I feel like I can do 20, I'm going to do 20%. And the next day, if I can eventually do 50, I'm going to do 50. So it's about looking at why you feel this way, why you feel tired, why you feel burnt out, addressing what you've currently got going on as an artist. What do you want to focus on? Is there anything that, maybe I just want to stick to this project. Maybe I just want to do this. And switch things around a little bit. You are the captain of your own ship. You need to look at all of these things and figure out what is the best way to move forward for you. But saying that you're feeling this some sort of way and that you're going to stop everything immediately because you just can't compute, I think doesn't make sense. Because everybody has to continue living, continue breathing, your breathing, your body doesn't say, oh yeah, now I'm burnt out, right? You get sick, but your whole body doesn't shut down, right? Unless it actually, for hospital reasons, shuts down. But your body keeps going still. So that means that you can still keep going. And it might be a bit of a weird take, but it's just, I think it's the truth. There's a lot of people out there that push themselves to achieve greatness, push themselves to just be consistent and be hardworking. And this is what I think separates those that want to be hardworking from not wanting to be hardworking. And that just goes again into my other statement, which is how bad do you want it? If it's a hobby, then you don't have to push yourself. You can take breaks and you can go and you can go live life and do whatever you want to do. But if you want to take this serious, then I think you can't sell yourself a lie of, yeah, it's okay, I won't do anything today, tomorrow, and the rest of the day. I can just start again next week. Because there's somebody else that's going to be working their ass off to do better. So that's my take on burnout. I think my next point and my last point in this whole discussion is what this goes hand in hand with everything else, with mindset. It brings it all together into one, which is what fuels you. As artists, we constantly trying to answer so many questions. What is my style? How far am I? How does this look? Is this correct? Is this really what I'm happy with? Am I doing the best that I can at this specific thing? Are there more, there's more people out there. Are they just doing better than me? Should I just leave this? Should I do something else? There could be a lot of questions that you're asking yourself. And this is where at your core, you need to figure out, where are you? What do you want to do? What is the point of all of this? Because your fuel and your core beliefs is what should get you moving. That's what gets you up. That's what gets you going. And that, I think, is a main struggle. Because when you don't have that, that's why you come with, I'm sick, I don't feel like it, I'm burnt out, I'm whatever. There are people that are passionate about certain jobs, right? Like the army, like being a doctor, all of these things, or a lawyer, or whatever. Or even just working in a shop, like a retail shop. There are people that are ecstatic about it. And there are people that you can see that this is just a job for them. And you need to have a look at both sides, and you need to think to yourself, well, at their core, this person is doing this because it's a job, because it just gives them something and that's it. But that's not what they believe in. And the person that is happy might just believe in it. You know, that doctor that absolutely loves being there, that will work 48 hours, that won't want to take off, this might sound like an extreme case, but it's just an example. You know, it is that core belief and that that need, that fuels them to consistently show up and consistently put in the time and put in the effort. Because I think as an artist, that is all you need. Everything, reaching the different levels, mastering different things, looking at mediums, trying to be better, is all just a matter of time and effort. And how much of that you put in is up to you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.